BC's New Democrats are stepping up their battle against the harmonized sales tax, bringing their anti-HST campaign to Greater Victoria today. NDP Leader Adrian Dix says a family of two making more than $50,000 each will pay $1,000 a year more in tax under the HST. But Finance Minister Kevin Falcon says what the NDP leader is doing is spreading misinformation. News reporter Stephen Andrew joins us live with more on the story. Stephen.
Hudson, the NDP says it cannot match the money that business and pro-HST supporters are spending on the Keep the HST campaign, so it's choosing to connect with people one-on-one. Today, it was over a cup of coffee. Coffee shops are one place in BC where people pay more since the arrival of the HST. And it's here that NDP leader Adrian Dix chooses to launch his Vancouver Island campaign, trying to convince voters to get rid of the HST.
The HST is and continues to be a tax shift onto working families.
The NDP is going grassroots, every day rolling out new examples of items subject to higher taxes under the HST. Today, it's arts and culture, putting up intrepid theatre GM and sometime NDP speechwriter Ian Case.
All of a sudden, we're having to charge an additional percentage on every single theatre ticket. That impacts the number of people who can access, so we're seeing a drop in access to the community.
This naturopathic doctor says patients are feeling the pinch.
Instead of maybe coming back in 4 weeks, which is when I would like them to come back to follow their progress, they're edging to 6 weeks.
The NDP says that's no surprise, accusing the government of trying to hide the financial impact of the HST on families.
The reality is that most families have paid significantly and will pay significantly in the first 2 years of the tax, close to $2,000.
All families at every income level are ahead under a 10% HST, and Adrian Dix and the NDP want to fight a campaign for a higher 12% PST GST rate that will put every family behind.
And that's what this referendum on the HST has basically come down to. Which side can convince voters that they have all the correct facts and figures, and who is telling the truth? One Truth vendors in downtown Victoria know customers believe they are paying too much tax.
Because our HST is not shown on our tickets, it's all built in. I haven't had a lot of people commenting on our tax. They do comment about when they get a bill from maybe another vendor that shows the HST in, they go, what's this all about? A lot of tax money.
So I think we probably have to stay with it, but I think we should reduce it to 10 at least, and we should do that right away rather than wait for 2 years.
Demanding the government lower the tax now is one attack the NDP is avoiding, in case it looks like the party is supporting the HST. Instead, it is leaving that unasked question in the minds of voters, continuing to cycle through its long list of items that are now subject to HST. And Adrian Dix made it very clear today, if the HST is rejected, and an NDP government would put everything back as it was before the HST came in. Hudson Finance Minister Kevin Falcon reminds voters, of course, going back would cost $3 billion. Dix says that he isn't buying that figure. He says the Liberals can't be trusted. But polling shows a majority support of the 10% tax now over the old tax, but there is still simmering anger over the way that the Liberals introduced that tax. The question is now, of course, can the NDP connect into that anger over this referendum campaign? And are people going to be engaged in a political debate with all this warm weather we're having?
That's a question. Stephen, thank you.
You're welcome.